You're listening to Operation Self Reset: How to Be a Bad Boy, Bad Girl. What is going on, you freaking awesome people? Welcome back to Operation Self Reset. My name is Jake Naraki, and we're going to dive right into it for today. How do you, yes you, I'm talking to you, be more of a bad ASS man or woman, child, young adult, maybe even a senior citizen? And the idea of this theme kind of came out of the idea of what is it that I could tell my kids, what is it that I could remind the older generation? And that's to not just meditate and eat good and to be a good person, but it's to live your life. And to live your life sometimes is going on the path of being a badass. Being a badass is basically the idea of going down the path that you choose 100%. Getting into the hobbies, ideas, lifestyles that you crave, that you know that you need to be a part of. A lot of us are chameleons in our day-to-day life, as in we adapt to our surroundings. If we go into a corporate culture, we will become corporate, button-down shirt type of people. If we get into the culture of being a mechanic, you're going to embrace being dirty, embrace listening to music, embrace kind of more of potentially a rugged lifestyle. Now, I might be segregating or I might be putting people into these bins, but I think you understand the point, right? I'm not saying that because you're a mechanic, you're going to be a little dirtier, you're going to, have a different type of lifestyle, but I think we can all understand that the way that you choose to live your life alters the way that you reflect into the world and how they see you. And so the idea of being a badass is nothing more than being you, is you doing you. And it's easier said than done, but really let's break it down. In 4 simple ways, how can you become more of a badass? And the first step is this. Number 1, do what you want. Do what you want. If you want to buy a very nice vehicle and you only make $30,000 a year, you have the ability to buy that very nice vehicle. But I hope that you understand that it might not be the right decision. I hope you understand that you're going to be spending a lot more money on your vehicle than you will on maybe necessities. But the idea of being a badass is doing what you want. If you really want a really nice car, we're talking a car that is well outside of your normal range of something that you could afford, then go for it. Hopefully, but knowing that by doing that, you're sacrificing other things in your life. But to live and to be a badass means that you're doing things that maybe others won't. Doing what you want to do. Easier said than done. And I want you to think for a second, when was the last time that you really did something for yourself? Now, I'm in a position where I have young children, so I'm not making very rational or radical decisions. I'm not doing anything ridiculous. But if you're in a position that maybe you're single, maybe you do have a family and you're looking to finally break out of the mold and you want to do you have that ability. And to be that badass, to be that person that you choose to become, you first need to identify what you want to do. If you want to get tattoos, go for it. If you want to go on lavish vacations, go for it. If you choose to relocate and quit your job and cut ties, then you need to do that. And I think too many times we think of everything else in our life as opposed to listening to ourselves. As in, for example, if you want to buy that really nice car, knowing that you only make $30,000 a year, but you're going to be buying this $100,000 car, obviously people might critique you. They might judge you. And there are going to be people that are going to think that was a very poor decision. But if you can look them in the eye and feel very confident in the decision that you made, then you're living and doing what you choose to do, which is in alignment with step number 1. Do what you want to do. And step number 2 basically supports step number 1. Step number 2 is invest in what you want. Invest in what you want. If you want to learn a new trade, if you want to learn a new skill, if you want to purchase the car, travel, relocate, buy a very nice television for your basement, whatever it is, support that idea by investing in what you want. Now, to get where I am today with this podcast and this show, I had to invest money. I had to invest money in seminars. I had to invest money in coaches. I had to invest money in people to assist me in my personal growth. I was okay with that. I was truly okay of throwing a lot of money into my cause because it supported step number one, do what I want. I wanted to be a motivational speaker. I should say I am a motivational speaker according to my standards. And because of that, I supported what I wanted by investing in what it is that I chose to do. A lot of people choose, or I should say think, about things that they choose or they want to accomplish, they want to do, they want to try, they want to see, they want to be, but they will not follow up on step number two because investing is as important as doing what you want to do. So, number one, do what you want to do. Number two, invest in what you want. And step number three, stop talking, start doing. A lot of people talk the talk. A lot of people don't walk the walk. Everybody has an idea for an invention. Everybody has an idea for a business. Everybody seems to know if a business will succeed or fail. Have you ever gone out into the world and said your 2 cents about, starting a new business or starting writing a book or opening up your own studio of yoga or pottery or whatever? People think they know how to be an expert. But for you, instead of you running around and telling people instead of telling people what you want to do in your life, start doing it. Many moons ago, I created an invention called the tailgate spotter. The tailgate spotter was nothing more than a simple device that attached to the back of your pickup truck to let you know if your tailgate is in the up or down position. It seems ridiculous, but still today, 2019, there is no sensor inside of your truck to let you know that your tailgate is up or down. So I created something that attached to the outside of your tailgate to let you know from the driver's seat position if your tailgate was up or down. Now, by me creating this invention, building a website, building prototypes, going out there and selling it, pitching it to guys on the Shark Tank, all that jazz, out of that, a lot of people opened up to me and told me their inventions. They told me their ideas. They told me how they're going to make all this money. Well, guess what happened 10 years later? Those ideas, those inventions, those businesses, those theories are going to die with those individuals. Everybody talks about how they're going to be something. Everybody talks on how they are going to make it big, make it rich, or get it together. The challenge is not to be spreading the talking theory out to the world, but actually to start spreading the doing theory out in the world. And to start doing something relates back to step number two, investing in what you want. If you want to bring a product to market, if you want to bring that idea, that invention to market, it costs money. If you want to start that business, it costs money. If you want to be a speaker or an author, something along those lines, it costs money. Now, obviously, every type of endeavor anybody wants to go into, sometimes it costs a little money, sometimes it costs a lot of money. It depends on how big you want to go out of the gate. We all understand that. But the reason why I believe a lot of people are always talking and not doing, because when money starts to get pulled out of an account and going into something where it's not guaranteed, people start to freak out. But the badasses of the world are the people that stopped talking about it and they started doing it and they started investing in it also. And when you have a person that starts investing, they're being serious and they're moving towards their own personal badass. And lastly, number 4 If you don't know how to be a badass, if you can't figure out what you want, if you can't figure out how to stop talking and start doing, if you can't figure out how to invest in what you want, well, then truly, to know how to be a badass, start following, talking with, hanging out with people that are doing what potentially you think would be cool for you. Now, I'm not saying for you to ditch your old friends and to start finding cool friends, but there are things that we're all attracted to. You might be attracted to photography, film, design, cinematography, home brewing beer, cooking, craftsmanship, fixing up cars, being a handyman, gardener, whatever it is, there are things that all of us are interested in. And out of those things, there are groups of people that are obsessed with those things. And if you want to be a badass and you want to follow and become a true badass of your own personal life and you can't figure out what you want, then gravitate towards things that light you up. Gravitate towards things that absolutely excite you. If you follow these steps, number 1, do what you want. Number 2, invest in what you want. Number 3, stop talking, start doing. And number 4, start hanging out, following, talking, and just being around people that excite you or you think is cool. Truly, you will figure out how to be a true badass in your own personal life. This is dedicated to all those people that are trying to figure out themselves. They're trying to figure out who they are. They're trying to figure out their thing. This is hopefully a wake-up call, a roadmap, an idea, and lastly, just a spark to potentially get you on the path towards your own personal badass. So with that being said, go out there, be freaking awesome. Appreciate you guys being a part of Operation Self Reset. And until next week, Wednesday, go out there, be awesome, share a little bit of awesomeness with somebody that truly needs it. We'll catch you later.